Good morning and welcome to New Hanover County Schools, The Morning Show. I'm Brianna Backer.
And I'm Dylan Grace. This is the week of April 20th through April 26th.
This week, our show is all about one of America's favorite foods, pizza. We have a special pizza lesson as well as a pizza trivia and a fun pizza game to close the show.
Along with our pizza fun, today's show is also packed with many entertaining features.
In America's wildest places, we'll travel to the Crab Orchard Refuge in Illinois and learn all about the wildlife there.
And in Snapshots, we highlight a few of the wonderful things that have been going on in our school system this past month.
We have a packed show, but for now, it's time to swing over to our news desk and our news anchor who is standing by with our first look at today's headlines. Good morning.
Good morning, Brianna and Dylan, and welcome everyone to your school news here on the morning show. Topping the headlines this week, Board of Education holds their April meeting, the school system's finance department is awarded a certificate of achievement, and Azalea Festival Queen Mallory Hagan visits Forest Hills Elementary. I will have all those stories and more coming up later in the show.
We get things going today with a staple here on the morning show with a segment we call This Week in History. Our Grand Master of Historical Knowledge has all the headlines from past times in This Week in History, brought to you by Kidsville News.
Welcome to This Week in History. I'm your historical host, Samantha Klein, covering all the colorful and amazing events that have left their mark on history's timeline. This is the week of April 20th through April 26th. April 20th, 2012. An explosion and fire aboard the Deepwater Horizon oil drilling rig in the Gulf of Mexico kills 11 people and triggers the largest offshore oil spill in American history. The rig had been in the final phases of drilling an exploration well for BP, the British oil giant. By the time the well was capped 3 months later, an estimated 4.9 million barrels of crude oil had poured into the Gulf. April 21st, 753 BC. Rome is founded. According to tradition, on this date, Romulus and his twin brother Remus found Rome on the site where they were suckled by a she-wolf as orphan infants. Actually, the Romulus and Remus myth originated sometime in the 4th century BC, and the exact date of Rome's founding was set by a Roman scholar in the 1st century BC. April 22nd, 1915. During World War I, German forces shocked Allied soldiers along the Western Front by firing more than 150 tons of lethal chlorine gas against 2 French colonial divisions in Belgium. This was the first major gas attack by the Germans, and it devastated the Allied line. April 23rd, 1014. Brian Boru, the High King of Ireland, is assassinated by a group of retreating Norsemen shortly after his Irish forces defeated them. The Irish victory broke Norse power in Ireland forever, but Ireland largely fell into anarchy after the death of Brian. April 24th, 1800. President John Adams approves legislation to appropriate $5,000 to purchase such books as may be necessary for the use of Congress, thus establishing the Library of Congress. Finally, your weekend history tidbits. April 25th, 1781. British General Lord Charles Cornwallis retreats to Wilmington, North Carolina, after being defeated at Guilford Courthouse by 4,500 Continental Army soldiers and militia under the command of American Major General Nathaniel Greene. April 26, 1987. The world's worst nuclear power plant accident occurs at the Chernobyl nuclear power station in the Soviet Union. 32 people died and dozens more suffered radiation burns on the opening day of the crisis. But only after Swedish authorities reported the fallout did Soviet authorities reluctantly admit that an accident had occurred. That's This Week in History, your ultimate source for those key moments in time. I'm Samantha Klein. Thanks for stopping by.
This Week in History is brought to you by Kidsville News, a fun and effective learning resource for children, teachers, and parents. It features school news, information, and local community events while promoting literacy and the development of good reading habits, character traits, and study skills in young children. And Kidsville News is always free. Copies are delivered every month to every elementary school in the New Hanover County school system.
And join us again next time for another journey through time as we explore the fun, fascinating, and entertaining educational facts that make up This Week in History.
Now don't go away. We'll be right back.
Every trip, every time.
California, here I come!
Buckle up so you and your friends get home safely.
I must scream into the world from the top of someplace very high.
Seatbelts save lives.
Okay.
Visit NHTSA.gov.
Low and slow. Best friend, what are you gonna do?
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation and the Ad Council.
That is spectacular advice.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Brianna Backer.
And I'm Dylan Grace.
It's one of America's favorite foods, the go-to meal at parties and the perfect meal for the family when you don't feel like cooking. It's pizza. We all know it and love it.
However, how much about pizza do you actually know? To fill you in on a bit of this delicious food's history and share all the fun pizza facts we have, a special segment for you this morning.
So sit back and get ready to learn all about pizza.
Pizza is a truly international food with over 5 billion sold worldwide each year. Nowadays, people of all classes and social status eat pizza. However, when pizza originated in 997 AD, it was strictly a peasant's food. It wasn't until the late 18th century, when the royalty of the time began eating pizza, that its popularity began to rise. As its popularity among the wealthy grew, street vendors began to open up storefronts and pizzerias were here to stay. Pizza didn't start out looking like we know it today. Pizza existed for over 500 years before tomatoes were added to it, and it was actually the first Italian food to use tomatoes. For centuries, tomatoes were thought to be poisonous, but during a trying time, the citizens of Naples had run out of other foods and were forced to eat them. When they realized the delicious food was not toxic, they began to use tomato sauce on everything, and the modern pizza was born. These days, along with the crust, tomato sauce, and cheese, there are dozens of toppings sold regularly, and nearly every food has been tried as a topping at least once. Pizza types can now be differentiated by the size of the crust, the amount of toppings, and the way it is cooked, and the types of toppings on the pizza. One of the biggest differences in pizzas in America is between the Chicago deep dish style and the New York thin crust. The Chicago deep dish pizza was designed to have more food on the plate and to be eaten as a meal. The New York style, on the other hand, was designed to be a portable snack. In America, New York style thin crust is preferred, with 61% of the people preferring it over the Chicago deep dish. Along with all the different types of toppings and crust, many different cheeses are used on pizza. Mozzarella is the most common, found on 60% of pizzas, and there's a reason for it. Mozzarella has the best baking property of the cheeses, having high moisture and low quantities of free oil. Here are a few fun pizza tidbits from around the world. In Italy, they take their pizza serious. So serious, in fact, that there's a bill before Parliament to ensure pizza maintains a certain quality, making it illegal to call an improperly prepared pizza a traditional Italian pizza. The largest pizza ever made was in South Africa. The pizza measured 37.4 meters in diameter and weighed almost 27,000 pounds. It had 1,100 pounds of flour, 1,750 pounds of cheese, and 2,000 pounds of tomatoes. Every year, the International Pizza Expo is held in Las Vegas. At the show, pizza connoisseurs from all over the world meet to share their trade secrets and see the newest secrets in the world of pizza. The expo is closed to the public, so only pizza professionals can see the secrets. There's the fun facts and brief history of pizza. From a peasant's food using a poisonous plant to one of the most eaten foods in the world, pizza is a defining food of our planet.
We hope you enjoyed our spectacular pizza special.
It's time now for more Your School News, so let's send it back over to our news anchor, Jada Ozigal. Good morning, Jada.
Good morning and welcome to Your School News on the Morning Show. I'm Jada Ozigal. Topping our newscast this week, the Board of Education held their monthly meeting on Tuesday, April 7th at the BOE Center. Standing by in the newsroom with this month's complete board notes on the meeting is Wiseman reporter Luke Williams.
This month's Board of Education featured a long list of new business items. However, the real substance of the April meeting was 7 informational presentations, one of which included a review of the 2015 through 16 school budget. Let's get right to the board notes. Tara Schwegel of Hoggard High School was recognized as the gymnastics floor competition state champion. The 2015 North Carolina Azalea Festival Children's Art Contest winners were recognized. New and renewed National Board certified teachers were recognized. Under administrative updates, Rachel Greer will serve as the assistant principal at Bradley Creek Elementary School, and Cheryl Cribbs will serve as the interim assistant principal at Murrayville Elementary School. The board was presented a number of informational reports. Representatives from Appy City gave a presentation on a potential mobile app for the district and for all schools. The committee was formed for information gathering purposes. Sharon Descharme, principal at Trask Middle School, presented outcomes from Project Lead the Way at Trask Middle School that have improved student grades, attendance, and interest in STEM careers. Dr. Eric Izari, principal, presented DC Virgo Preparatory Academy updates and a year-round calendar proposal. Policies for first reading included Policy 4140, Administration of First Aid by School Employees, and Policy 4210, Buildings and Ground Security. The superintendent and the district chief finance officer presented their recommendations for the 2015 through 16 proposed county budget. Under new business, policies for second reading were presented. Policy 1234, BOE Committee and Representatives, Policy 1250, Claims and Judgments, and 7413, Grading System. All policies were approved. Also discussed and approved were the district partnership with UNC Wilmington for professional development and the June 2015 NC final exam score waiver for graduating seniors. Under operations, the following bids and design agreements were approved. Bids for Veteran Park cooling tower replacement, bids for Sunset Park Elementary School roof and fascia panel replacement, bids for Eaton Elementary School HVAC equipment replacement and mechanical control upgrades, bids for Coddington Elementary School HVAC equipment replacement and mechanical control upgrades, bids for Noble Middle School asbestos abatement and floor tile replacement, consideration of the design consultant agreement for Bradley Creek Elementary School and Johnson Early Childhood Center, HVAC improvements, considerations of design consultant agreement for Sidbury Road Complex improvements, consideration of science phase change order for Northeast Elementary School, considerations of three-party right-of-way encroachment agreement at Northeast Elementary School, Wrightsville Elementary School flooring repairs, interlocal agreement for services and painting at New Hanover High School under technology. 3 resolutions were discussed and approved: Apple Sole Source Resolution, School-Wide Sole Source Resolution, and the Sundance New Bridge Publishing Sole Source Resolution. The next regular school board of Education meeting will be Tuesday, May 5th, 2015 at 5:30 p.m. and the Board of Education Center, 1805 South 13th Street. As always, if you cannot attend the meeting in person, you can watch the rebroadcast Tuesday nights at 6 p.m., Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., Friday mornings at 8 a.m., and Sunday nights at 1 p.m. Board meetings can also be watched online at www.nhcs.net. That's your board notes for April. Back to you.
Students at Mosley PLC were treated to a career day as part of their new career readiness program. Employees from all over Wilmington came in and talked to the students about potential career choices. Presenters brought in supplies from their jobs and showed the students what they did and how they worked. The presenters include medical professionals, music producers, graphic designers, college professors, and even the GEO of Port City, Java.
Well, we've been very fortunate that in August 2015 we'll be launching our Career Readiness Academy. So all this week we've been culminating with the transition of the business atmosphere, inviting in some local business leaders and also some of the local colleges that support what we're trying to do here at Mosley. So we've been fortunate enough to have some of those people in the building and present to all our students and tell them some of the options they may have once they leave our building next year.
While talking to the medical professionals, the students were able to take blood pressure, run an IV drip, and many other everyday medical tasks. The music producer from Chapel Hill talked to the students about creative pursuits and showed off his and his students' works. The CEO of Port City, Java talked to the students about pursuits in business and even talked about how the students could start their own small businesses in the future. All the presenters inspired the students and gave them a great deal to think about as they look toward graduation and a lifelong career. New Hanover County Schools Finance Department has been awarded the Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting by the Government Finance Officers Association of the United States and Canada for its comprehensive annual financial report. The Certificate of Achievement is the highest form of recognition in the area of governmental accounting and financial reporting, and its attainment represents a significant accomplishment by a government and its management. An award of financial reporting achievement has also been awarded to NHCS Chief Financial Officer Mary Hazel Small for preparing the award-winning CAFR. The CAFR has been judged by impartial panel to meet the high standards of the program, including demonstrating a constructive spirit of full disclosure to clearly communicate its financial story and motivate potential users and user groups to read the CAFR. The GFOA is a nonprofit professional association serving approximately 17,500 government finance professionals with offices in Chicago and Washington, D.C. For all the latest on New Hanover County Schools, join us weekdays at 5:30 p.m. here on the Time Warner Cable Channel 5 and Charter Cable Channel 191 for your school news, a complete half hour of all the latest news and information from New Hanover County Schools. Now back to our hosts.
Thanks, Jada. We now have an outstanding segment of The List. In The List, our host looks at a unique top 10 list which is informative and entertaining. From animals to food to entertainment and education, each episode counts down 10 items that are tops in their category. Follow along and see if you agree or disagree with the list.
Welcome to The List. I'm your host, Jamie Stalford. As the weather gets warmer, you're more likely to get outside and do some cloud watching. Aside from what shapes you can find, what else do you know about the clouds you're looking at? Most of us know about cumulus and nimbostratus clouds, but today I'm going to feature some clouds that are all especially different, whether due to their molecular makeup or beautiful colors. Join me as I count down the top 10 most unique clouds. At the top of our list is the Kelvin-Helmholtz cloud. This wave cloud, named after German physicist Hermann von Helmholtz and British physicist Lord Kelvin, resembles crashing ocean waves. These pretty clouds are named after the theory that the two scientists came up with, the Kelvin-Helmholtz instability theory. The theory predicts the onset of instability and transition to turbulent flow in fluids of different densities moving at various speeds. These clouds form at 2 different layers in the air, moving past each other at 2 different speeds. Pretty neat, huh? In the number 9 spot are cirrus clouds. Cirrus clouds are special because they're not what they seem. They appear to converge at one point along the horizon, but in actuality they are parallel to one another. They are blown high into the atmosphere by winds, which make them look like the thin, wispy strands that they are named after in Latin. Found in the highest and coldest places on the planet, I guess you could say they're at the top of the world. Coming in spot number 8 are shelf clouds. Shelf clouds are low-level, semicircular clouds that stick out like a shelf from a thunderstorm cloud. They appear when a gust front is near and signify that a storm is coming. These gentle giants serve really no purpose but warning people of the impending rain. Folklore about the warning nature of these clouds dates back to about 300 AD. Farmers would use the clouds to determine when to stop working for the day. Taking the number 7 spot this week are mammatus clouds. These often occur in association with severe thunderstorms. Mammatus clouds are pouches that hang underneath the thunderstorm cloud and are often described as looking similar to udders. These seriously weird-looking formations appear with the help of convection and buoyancy of air. They may seem a little creepy, but their main purpose is only to serve as messengers of an incoming storm. Spot number 6 this week goes to the morning glory cloud. This cloud phenomenon is so rare it can only be observed and studied in Burketown, Australia. These strange tube-like clouds only occur here from late September to early November. These clouds are apparently so fun to fly through that pilots make the trek to Australia in order to cross it off their bucket list. They could stretch to be as long as 1,000 kilometers long, and these clouds still are a mystery to scientists. We're almost there. In the number 5 spot are lenticular clouds. Lenticular clouds form when a speed bump gets in the way of an airflow. They're created by gravity waves, and it gives them an appearance like that of a lens, hence their name. Because of their oval-like shape, these are commonly mistaken as UFOs. Here's a fun fact for you. The current glider plane flight world records for both distance and altitude were set using lenticular clouds. Taking the number 4 spot this week is the anvil cloud. The anvil cloud is a mature thunderstorm cloud that can cause a supercell thunderstorm and then a tornado and is composed of mainly ice particles. These clouds often contain heavy snow because of the freezing temperatures of the cloud, but the snow melts into rain as it comes down. These clouds have a nasty reputation for producing bad weather, but they are really cool to look at, huh? Coming in at number 3 are noctilucent clouds. And yes, they technically are glow-in-the-dark clouds. Noctilucent clouds are most commonly seen around the polar regions, but have been spotted in Europe and the United States. These night-shining clouds can be a real concern because they're believed to be caused by global warming. Beliefs aside, I think they're cool to look at. In the runner-up spot this week are Jacques Cousteau clouds. These clouds are named after French explorer and diver Jacques Cousteau because of their choppy, sea-like appearance. Because these clouds have been described as very turbulent, violent, and chaotic clouds, a more official name, Undulatus asperatus, was given in 2009. Asperatus is a Latin word meaning roughed up. Despite their turbulent nature, they have been described as soothing and awe-inspiring. And finally, we've made it to number 1. Drumroll please. The most unique cloud is the polar stratospheric cloud. Also known as mother of pearl clouds due to their iridescent nature, these clouds create toxic gases that play a major role in ozone depletion. These beautiful monsters occur mainly in the Arctic and Antarctic and have been partially responsible for the formation of massive holes in the ozone. They are the only clouds which form in the stratosphere at altitudes of 50,000 to 80,000 feet, while most clouds form in the troposphere. Well, that does it for another interesting edition of the list. Be sure to get outside and go cloud watching and enjoy what you see. Unless it's an anvil cloud, then you probably better get inside. I'm your host, Jamie Stalford, and be sure to join us again next time as we explore another great list.
Thanks, Jamie.
Now, don't go away. This rip-roaring edition of the morning show will continue right after this break. But before we go, we have our trivia question of the day.
Today, our trivia question centers around one of America's favorite foods, pizza. 94% of Americans eat pizza on a regular basis, and 17% of all restaurants in the U.S. are pizzerias.
As many of you could guess, pepperoni is the most popular topping. 36% of all pizzas ordered are pepperoni. Italian sausage is the second most popular, and mushroom comes in third.
Our trivia question today asks, how many slices of pizza do Americans eat per person per year? A, 29, B, 46, C, 63, or D, 111?
We'll have the answer when we return.
Now, come on. All right, I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still, love. One second, I know. Just I know. 2 seconds. Okay, go, go, go. No. Boys, hang on, boys.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Brianna Backer.
And I'm Dylan Grace.
Before the break, we asked our trivia question of the day. How many slices of pizza do Americans eat per person per year? A, 29, B, 46, C, 63, or D, 111? Think about it a moment. And the correct answer is B, 46 slices. Over 3 billion pizzas are sold in the U.S. each year.
Americans eat over 100 acres of pizza each day, which is 350 slices per second.
Pizza is a $30 billion industry, and there are over 770,000 pizzerias in the United States.
Now that's a lot of pizza.
Yes, it is.
Now we shift gears and bring you our enjoyable segment, America's Wildest Places. Each month we take a visual and audio tour of one of America's national wildlife refuges, brought to you by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. You'll learn about the plants and animals at each one, as well as what the different seasons of the year brings. Enjoy the sights and sounds of America's Wildest Places.
Peace at last, away from the hustle and bustle of urban life. Yes, there are times when our community may seem as crowded and busy as your own. But take a stroll along our tree-shaded streets. Meet our movers and shakers. Listen to our choir. Visit our favorite watering holes and our town square, and you'll see that there's a world of difference here. Welcome to Crab Orchard National Wildlife Refuge, a unique place to experience nature. From the start, Crab Orchard has been different from every other refuge in the system. Although wildlife conservation is its central mission, the refuge is also required to provide land for industry, agriculture, and recreation. Farmers still work some of the land. However, the human activities are not allowed to impact the wildlife, and in many cases are beneficial. Crops on the 5,000 acres of farmland are only partially harvested. The rest is left for Canada geese and other wildlife to eat during the winter. Another 2,000 acres are used for cattle grazing, but the cattle are removed in October to make way for the arriving geese. The refuge also has some unique opportunities for outdoor recreation, helping to make it the 5th most visited refuge in the system. However, most of our more than 1 million visitors come to enjoy our flora and fauna, and there's plenty to see in every season. Along our hiking trails and wildlife drives, visitors can encounter over 500 species of plants, 43 mammal species, 50 species of reptiles and amphibians, and our pride and joy, 269 species of birds. As spring appears on the refuge, the overwintering birds head north to their breeding grounds. They make way for other migrant flocks, which stop over at Crab Orchard to rest and feed on their way north. Thousands of mallards, widgeon, scaup, mergansers, and other ducks can be seen during this spring migration. Some birds stay here year-round, including the colorful wood ducks, which nest in man-made boxes along the creeks and lake shorelines. 2 pairs of bald eagles also nest here in the wilderness area. As the weather warms, the refuge's mammal population becomes more visible. Beaver and the effects of their work can be seen along the shorelines. The damage they do to the trees is offset by the excellent waterfowl habitat they create. Raccoon, coyote, and white-tailed deer are also common on the refuge. The highlight of spring at Crab Orchard is its glorious wildflower display. The flowering species bloom in succession from late February until the end of summer. But April is the peak month for nature's finery. Whether you are a frequent visitor here or a first-timer, Crab Orchard National Wildlife Refuge has much to offer you. We hope you enjoy your time in our unusual community, where human activity and wildlife exist together in harmony.
We have so many unique places all across the United States. Keep America's wildlife refuges in mind if you're planning a trip across the country.
All right, it's time now for this week's lunch menu. This is the menu for Monday, April 20th through Monday, April 27th.
On Monday, April 20th, you won't want to miss out on lunch as your cafeteria will be serving an appetizing chicken filet sandwich, spaghetti with a breadstick, or corn puppies. In addition, don't miss out on the drool-inducing black-eyed peas, a garden salad, and diced peaches.
Then, on Tuesday, April 21st, awaken your taste buds with flavor-packed orange chicken with rice, a pork chop sandwich, and cheesy breadsticks. The side items include macaroni salad, glazed carrots, a garden salad, and fresh fruit.
On Wednesday, April 22nd, your tummy will yell yummy at lunchtime when it sees the menu items: a chicken quesadilla with Spanish rice, breaded mozzarella sticks, and a delicious bacon cheeseburger. Continue your satisfaction with the side items of pasta salad, corn, a garden salad, and diced peppers.
On Thursday, April 23rd, it's an Italian treat. Lasagna roll-up with a roll, or have a BLT sandwich with cheese cubes, a tasty oven-fried chicken. For the veggie lovers, enjoy the sides of tomato and cucumber salad, macaroni salad, a garden salad, and fresh fruit.
Then, on Friday, April 24th, treat yourself to a hot dog with chili, an Italian combo hoagie, or chicken nuggets with a roll. Also, enjoy macaroni and cheese, baked beans, carrot sticks, a garden salad, and spiced apples.
Finally, on Monday, April 27th, energize yourself with chicken Alfredo with a breadstick, a French bread pizza, or a deluxe chicken sandwich. On the side, pile on garden peas, glazed sweet potatoes, a garden salad, or mixed fruit.
And there you have it, the lunch menu for the week.
Don't forget, you can also start your day off with a healthy and hearty breakfast at school.
We have all heard of TSA. the IRS and the National Park Service, and many of the other federal government agencies that serve our country. But what exactly do these agencies do, and how do they impact our lives? We have the answers to those questions and more in our new segment we call Your Federal Government. Each month, our host sits down with members from a federal agency and they give us an overview of it and how they serve the American people.
Hello everyone. Today we are featuring the National Weather Service, which is part of the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. I'm very grateful to have two representatives from this agency with us, Bob Thompson, who is the meteorologist in charge at the Taunton Weather Forecast Office, and Glenn Field, who is the warning coordination meteorologist. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you both for being here.
Our pleasure to be here, Diane.
Bob, I'm going to start with you. What is the basic mission of the National Weather Service?
Well, the basic mission of the National Weather Service is to produce weather information to save lives and property and enhance the national economy. Now, when you start to break it down, pragmatically, we're looking out for forecasting and issuing warnings as necessary out 7 days. And there are various types of forecasts that we issue because weather affects so many people in such a diverse way. There's temperature and there's the amount of precipitation and the probability of precipitation, humidity, wind, so on and so forth that affect people over land. And we issue forecasts and warnings for people who are land-based, but we also issue forecasts for our mariners over the coastal waters.
Now, Bob, the agency that you're part of, NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, say that 4 times fast. Right. So what else does your agency, just very briefly, what else does NOAA do and where does the National Weather Service fit?
Well, NOAA's mission includes science, service, and stewardship of our environment, which in turn includes understanding, predicting climate, weather, the oceans, the coast, and the associated ecosystem. So we fit into that picture, certainly from the atmosphere side, but you can't compartmentalize all that because the atmosphere affects the oceans affect the atmosphere, be it a sea breeze, be it where the rain-snow line would be on a local scale, or on a much more global scale is the type of interaction that takes place with sea surface temperatures in the tropical Pacific, where our El Nino and La Nina situations that most people have heard about occur.
Of course. So you are the meteorologist in charge. What exactly does that mean?
Well, my primary role is to see that we accomplish our mission today, make sure we're meeting the needs of our customers, which is just about everybody when you get down to it. But also taking a look at where we need to be in the future as well. This is something I tell my staff a lot. We not only need to meet the needs today, we need to try to anticipate what those needs will be in the future so that we're equipped with new science and technology and the communication skills to be able to deliver the messages that will be needed then.
Glenn, you have a slightly different title, the Warning Coordination Meteorologist. What does that mean?
Correct. Coordination is my middle name. Actually, once we issue the warning, the only way that the warning is going to be successful is to, and to be able to save lives, which is, as Bob said, is our main mission, is to have everybody understand what they mean and know how to respond to those warnings. So my job is to interface with all of our customers, as Bob said. That's everyone from emergency managers, the media, aviators, school children, and it's kind of a customer service disaster preparedness position where everyone is your customer.
Most folks get their weather forecasts from TV or radio, and some, including my mother, believe that it is the guy or the woman on TV who's making the forecast. But I told her it's my friend Bob and my friend Glenn. So Bob, tell us about really what's the relationship between your office and the media, the TV folks?
It's actually a very collaborative relationship. It is not at all competitive. We consider ourselves part of what we call the weather enterprise, with the end result being hopefully the best information that science can offer to the people who need weather information, which again, essentially everyone. So we do work cooperatively. In some ways, you could think of the National Weather Service as wholesalers, giving them information that then private sector meteorologists, be the broadcast meteorologists you see on TV, or those who may have a particular client base, can then take that information and tailor it to either their client base or their viewing audience.
Are you out in the community on a regular basis? Are you in classrooms? Bob, talk a little about that.
Yes, and Glenn can talk a lot too, because to a large extent his job does involve that. Yes, we are out in the community. It's very important for us to be out in the community. We can have a perfect forecast, but if people have trouble understanding it or responding to it, and we lose lives, or people are unnecessarily injured or lose property they don't need to, and we've not fully completed the task. To really protect lives and property, we need to make sure we're educating people on the information that's available, how to get that information, and then to respond to it. And that's a really important part of our job. It's not just forecasting the weather.
I want to thank our guests from the National Weather Service for joining us and for helping us to better understand the work of their agency.
The National Weather Service is a wonderful agency. I know each year everyone in our area tunes in to their updates during hurricane season.
Now, as we head to a break, we have our feature on inventors.
This segment was written, produced, and edited by Hoggard High School senior Luke Williams.
This week we learned all about Blaise Pascal.
Blaise Pascal, the man who invented the adding machine, was born on June 19, 1623 in France. His mother died when he was only a toddler, and his father was a tax collector. Pascal was known as a child prodigy, so when his father moved to Paris in 1631, he created an unorthodox schooling system that ironically did not include math. In fact, his father didn't teach Pascal any math at all. The beginning of Pascal's education in Paris was geared towards languages, especially Latin and Greek. Even so, his father's plan backfired. The fact that mathematics was a forbidden topic made the subject even more interesting to the inquisitive boy, who at the age of 12 began exploring geometry on his own. He even made up his own terminology, not having learned the official terms. At last, his father allowed Pascal to accompany him to meetings at the Mathematics Academy in Paris. It was there, at age 16, that Blaise presented a number of his early theorems, including his mystical hexagon. In 1642, at age 18, inspired by the idea of making his father's job of calculating taxes easier, Pascal invented an early calculator, dubbed the Pascaline, or addition machine. It could only do addition and subtraction, with numbers being entered by manipulating its dials, but it was the first of its kind. Many mathematicians were intrigued with his invention, and he built 50 of them over the next 10 years. The machine used 8 dials to add numbers up to 8 figures long. As one dial moved to 10 notches, it moved the next dial up a notch. Pascal's first written work, called Essay on Conic Sections, also constituted an important leap forward in projective geometry, which involved transferring a 3D object onto a 2D field. At the end of the 1940s, Pascal temporarily focused his experiments on the physical sciences. He experimented with how atmospheric pressure could be estimated in terms of weight. In the 1650s, he set about trying to create a perpetual motion machine, the purpose of which was to produce more energy than it used. In the process, he stumbled upon an accidental invention. In 1655, Pascal's roulette machine was born. Today, roulette is one of the most popular games at casinos. Pascal struggled with insomnia and a painful digestive disorder from the time he was a teen, and as an adult, he was in constant pain. In 1662, his health took a turn for the worst. Pascal died of a malignant tumor on August 19, 1662, but will forever be remembered as the man who invented the addition machine.
So, Malcolm, you do know that energy savers last 6 times longer than ordinary light bulbs.
This isn't my room. It's Baron Davis's.
Baron Davis, the basketball player? This is his room?
Yep.
Interesting, because we have Baron Davis right here. Baron, do you live here?
No.
I don't mean that, Baron Davis.
Millions of kids are using their energy wisely. What's your excuse?
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Brianna Backer and my co-host is Dylan Grace. And we have our April segment of Snapshots.
In Snapshots, we take quick looks at some of the positive things going on around our school system. From fun projects to school-wide events to guest speakers and fabulous field trips, there are so many great things for our schools to celebrate.
The National Theater for Children came to Ogden Elementary and performed their Treasure Trove Assembly. The play, which was sponsored by Duke Energy, focused on the importance of conserving energy and outlined the ways that students can save energy. It featured a pirate ship backdrop and thrilling costumes.
Rachel Freeman School of Engineering 5th graders launched rockets they made during Starbase Week. Starbase is a focus for 5th grade students with the goal of motivating them to explore science, technology, engineering, and math as they continue their education. The Freeman students had a fun time seeing their hard work fly.
The boys soccer team at Myrtle Grove Middle School completed a perfect season, finishing with a record of 12-0. The Gators averaged over 6 goals per game, while at the same time their stingy defense gave up to only 5 goals for the entire season. It was quite a feat, and they were New Hanover County champions.
The student government at Holly Shelter Middle School collected over 1,000 books to create a library at Community Resource Center. Everyone at the school worked hard to gather donations. After the drive, the books were boxed up and shipped to the center.
Kindergarten students at Wrightsboro Elementary used cooperative learning as they planned, designed, and built leprechaun traps. They used measuring tools and several types of blocks and materials. To conclude this project, each student had to draw their design and write out an explanation of how it would work.
Ashley High School junior and NJROTC cadet Whitney Daughtry has been awarded the J.J. Coonan Scholarship to the National Flight Academy in Pensacola, Florida. He will attend during the summer 2015 program. The program is an immersive learning adventure in the world's largest simulated aircraft carrier for 7th through 12th grade students.
That was this month's Snapshots.
It's time now for more Your School News on the Morning Show. Let's send it back over to our news anchor.
Thank you, Brianna and Dylan, and welcome everyone to Your School News here on the Morning Show. Last week, Forest Hills Global Elementary welcomed the Azalea Festival Queen, Mallory Hagan, and her guests from the official 2015 Azalea Festival school visit. We get this report from Kathy Kale.
Azalea Bells, beauty queens, cadets, and celebrities swept onto the Forest Hills Global Elementary campus with sirens sounding and rain falling. But Queen Azalea Heather Mallory Hagan was a ray of sunshine on a cloudy day. With a warm and engaging smile, Ms. Hagan spoke with the children and teachers as she made her way into the stoic halls of one of the area's oldest elementary schools. The celebration opened with the musical number, "The Best Day of My Life," with special words added to the lyrics just for Queen Azalea. The president of the 2015 festival, Liz Carroll, thanked the school for opening its doors and being a part of the Queen's City Tour. As a token of the festival's appreciation, Miss Carroll presented the school with a framed print of this year's Azalea Festival poster. Then Queen Azalea took the stage.
So great to be here and to see all of you who I know have tried so hard and prepared so much for our visit today. And I just want you to know that all of us appreciate it very much. Your hard work and dedication to our visit is very well received on our end, and you all have made this day very special for each one of us. So thank you so much for having me.
Thunderous applause followed the Queen's remarks. Then this year's Azalea Festival artist, Clyde Edgerton, presented a special honor to the festival's art contest winner, Danielle Schwartz. The visit wrapped up as Festival President Carroll thanked Forest Hills for opening the doors of the school to the festival entourage. As the group left, the music "Happy" was piped throughout the school as the Queen and her court made their way through the school halls, giving many students a chance to high-five with members of the Queen's court, and some even took selfies as a memento of the wonderful day. Reporting for your school news, this is Kathy Kale.
Malik Gordon, a 6th grade student at Virgo Preparatory Academy, participated as a film director in the North Carolina Black Film Festival. Malik was the youngest director in the festival's history. Malik's film was submitted to the local contest held by the Cape Fear Volunteer Center, where students were asked to create a film with the theme, "Who Inspires You?" Students were asked to think of a friend, community leader, role model, and/or family member who displayed the character traits of a person who encourages others. Malik chose to interview his uncle, who had served in the military and then returned home to Wilmington. Malik considers his uncle to be a hero and an inspiration to others. His short video clip captures a conversation that the two share about how his uncle was inspired during his time in the military and how he now inspires Malik. The North Carolina Black Film Festival is in its 14th year. The 4-day jury and invitational festival of independent motion pictures by African American filmmakers showcases shorts, features, animation, and documentary films at the Cameron Art Museum, the University of North Carolina Wilmington, and the Hannah Block USO Community Arts Center. That's all for now. To watch this week's edition of Your School News online, visit the school system's website at www.nhcs.net and click on the NHCS TV logo on the homepage. Now back over to Brianna and Dylan.
Thanks, Jada.
Now, coming up, we have a fantastic morning show game titled Spin the Pizza. So stay tuned, you don't want to miss it.
We'll be right back.
Did you know that you're Elmo's plan?
Your plan?
Yeah, Elmo's mommy said that if Elmo is too sick to go to school, the plan is that Elmo stays with Luisa Maria.
Oh, yes, we have that plan all in place.
Great!
You never know when your child will be too sick to go to school. So have a plan ready so your child can stay home and get healthy.
Luisa's the man, because he's Elmo's plan. The man, because he's Elmo's plan.
To learn more about preventing flu, visit flu.gov.
Welcome back to the morning show. I'm Jada Ozigal and I'm here with Brianna Backer and Dylan Grace. We close our show with an exciting game we call Spin the Pizza. Brianna and Dylan will compete to be the first to score 5 points and win the title Pizza Champ, which includes bragging rights for the whole year. The game is simple. Our contestants take turns spinning the pizza wheel and answer a question from the category they land on. The categories are pizza question, multiple choice, true or false, and random question. They may also land on a free point or lose their turn. Okay, Brianna will get to be the first to spin the pizza wheel. Okay, you got pizza question. What is the most popular night to eat pizza?
Friday?
No, it's Saturday.
Of course.
No lose turn. Random question.
Random question. Okay. Which land did Puff the Magic Dragon live in? A. Narnia, B. Honolulu, or C. Oz?
B?
Yes.
Lives in the land by the sea, I know that.
Honolulu.
All right. Got a point?
Pizza question.
Okay. What month is National Pizza Month?
April.
No, it's October.
Oh.
No, just pizza question, sure.
Okay. What is the top pizza sales day of the year?
Any options, or is it just a...
No options.
Super Bowl Sunday?
Yes.
Yes. 1 out of 365.
No pizza question. Okay. What is the least favorite pizza topping?
Anchovies.
Wow, that's correct.
Yeah.
Why it's still a topping, we'll never know.
Darn.
Dang
Okay.
it.
Lost the turn.
I was winning. Gonna be tied now.
Okay, a true or false? The largest pizza ever made was over 150 feet in diameter. True or false?
True.
False. The largest pizza was just over 120 feet in diameter.
Shucks.
Still a massive pizza. No lose a turn.
Oh, you get a free point.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, random question. What is the metal or plastic end of a shoelace called?
Aglet.
Yes.
Thank you, Phineas and Ferb.
I know, right?
Point me.
Really? Again? Gonna win.
Yeah, maybe. If I just get random questions.
Or you lose a turn.
Both lose a turn.
Oh gosh. Okay, a pizza question. The first pizzeria in the United States is said to have opened in what city?
New York?
Yes.
Awesome.
That's correct.
Can't wait to get lose a turn 4.
Let's just say I lost a turn, okay? It's like the same thing twice.
Oh, a pizza question.
This is the last question, by the way.
Oh, well, can you spin again because that was the last pizza question.
Oh,
The
all right.
other one was...
I meant like...
Oh, don't do that again. Okay,
All right,
random question. Okay.
I meant it was the last question, like I about to win, but...
Okay. How many colors are there in a rainbow? A, 6, B, 9, C, 7, or D, 4?
C, 7?
Yes.
Yes,
Correct.
winner.
Oh, good job.
All right, our winner and the pizza champ for this year is Dylan Grace.
That does it for this edition of The Morning Show. Remember, for the best TV of all, each and every day, keep it tuned right here for New Hanover County Schools TV on the Learning Network of the Cape Fear.
Have a great day.
And a wonderful week.